Well, hiya, hiya, hiya. It's Marcus. And of course, we are zooming in the jungle room. I've got way more Adelaide Fringe for you. Zooming with me right now is the incredible Scott Stunz. And we're going to find out all about his shows and some other little things he's up to at a particular venue in Adelaide. Hello, Scott. How are you today?
Hey, I'm going well. How are you?
Awesome, thank you. Look, for the benefit of people that will be watching this video today, this is Friday. It
Mhm.
is the very first day of Adelaide Fringe. So happy 2024 Adelaide Fringe to you, Mr. Scott.
Oh, right back at you. I'm sure you've got a whole array of shows that you're going to go see.
Crazy. I've been doing previews all week. Last night was crazy. I did the Gluttony and Garden opening or previews last night. And I've already seen a plethora of incredible things that I'm going to be writing about and giving hot tips on and all that. So yeah, it's been great. So far, I'm not tired. Check with me on Monday. I may have slipped. My personality may have gone from there to there. We'll see how we go.
There's that. Lots of
You know
energy
what?
drinks.
My top drawer in my kitchen area is chock-a-block full of Baroccas. I'm going to get through this. Hey,
Just power on through.
I know, right? Enough about me. Let's talk about you and your shows. You are going to be a busy boy as well, probably busier than me by the sounds of it, because not only have you got two shows, but you're actually looking after an entire venue. Let's talk about your shows first. You've got two shows, and if everyone goes to, of course, the Fringe Guide, you'll find Scott's first show on page 93. It's a kids show and it is called A Magician's Life on page 93. Like I said, you'll find it right about there.
Perfect. I know where to look now. I'm going to go book tickets.
Scott has not seen this. Yes, Scott, you book tickets for your own show, please.
I do, yeah. At least I know tickets will be sold.
And then if we flick over to page 97, we're not. We're 96. You'll find a very, very, very young picture of lovely Scott in Magic Music Show right at the top, right about there. So that's my introduction. Scott, please tell us about the two shows.
All right, fantastic. So, yeah, A Magician's Life is essentially a story of my life as a magician. So, I started magic when I was about 8 years old. So that was about 4 years ago. And, from there, I've sort of toured around performing at corporate events and, lots of private events as well, performing card tricks and reading people's minds and and just having a lot of fun with people and getting out there and enjoying it and so this show basically brings in all the tricks that are my favorite tricks, and also some stories as well as to like how I got started and some funny things along the way. So I've also got my daughter sitting next to me as well, who's prompting me with some things. So and the other show is a magic music show. So this is with Tony from Cool for Kids. I've known Tony for quite some time, and we he'd been performing this show, and he needed a new magician to come in. So I put my hand up, and the show basically uses he'll sing some songs. I can't sing, so you're all safe. Um, and so so he'll sing songs about certain things like colors and flowers. And you might like that as well, flowers and plants as well. And then I'll come out and perform some magic tricks that are actually related to those songs as well. So yeah, it's a pretty fun show. It's mainly aimed for the younger kids between maybe 4 to maybe 10, but again, the older kids and the adults as well will enjoy the show as well. So there's heaps of things there for the young and the young at heart.
Well, you know what? Let's be honest, I definitely fall into the young at heart category these days.
Don't we all?
I'm not young anymore, but you know what? We are who we are, Scott, right?
You're only 28, right?
27, 28, 30.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. You know, keep them guessing. My whole
That's right.
I've got a new philosophy now. If someone asks my age, I tell them I'm 70, or
Mm.
72, I think I'm saying now, and they're saying, "Oh my,
Yep.
you look so good for your age." So tell them you
Ah, I might try that.
rather, because if I continue telling everyone I'm only 21, they're going to be like, "Wow, you've lived a hard life." So tell them you're old.
Yeah,
Tell them you're older.
older. Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
think
pretty good. I like that.
yeah, totally it is. I don't think I've said my real age for a very, very long time. In fact, so long that I
Yeah,
don't even recall anymore. I'm sure if I went back to
yeah,
my, main source of that information, my mum and dad, they would
yeah.
remind me. But sometimes you
Oh,
don't want to be reminded. Um,
no, that's right. No, keep it a
life,
mystery.
life is a mystery, and everyone must stand alone. Hello, Madonna.
That's right.
So, um, your two shows, they sound great. I've got plenty of like nieces and nephews I can drag along to that. So that is covered. However, the other part of your fringe work this year is that you also look after the programming of Ayres House, which is on North Terrace, everybody, as you would all know. It's an iconic hotel, restaurant, etc. Beautiful old house, mansion, if you like. Tell us about the shows that you're putting in there, because there's over 170, correct?
Well, yeah, like basically, yeah, so we're running from Wednesday through to Saturday, and each night there could be anywhere from like 8 shows. Fridays and Saturday nights, probably 10 to 12 shows going in 3 separate rooms. We started running as House as a venue probably about 7 years ago, and from there, uh, we only really had 2 rooms, a library and the ballroom, which is usually hosting like weddings. A lot of wedding reception ceremonies are held in there, and corporate events as well. It's just a um, beautiful room with like artwork and decor. Like you literally walk in there and you're stepping back in time essentially, and and the acoustics are perfect in there as well, so I would perform shows in there with 100 plus people, and I wouldn't even need a microphone. That just the amplification and everything is perfect. And so as time goes on, we get busier and more people are loving this venue, and so we then start opening up another room, which used to be for a little while a restaurant. Um, and then they've now just turned it more into a functions room. So that one's called Henry's Table. So that's an 80-seater room, that one. And so we've got shows in all 3 rooms happening from Wednesday through to Saturday
Oh my goodness.
at different times.
I love Ayres House. So, as you look at Ayres House on the right-hand side, there's that atrium style room. Is there anything happening in that space?
So not this year. No, that's a conservatory. We're not hosting any shows in that one. In the sort of middle, there's the old museum. We don't talk about that, and then obviously the side where all the magic and fun happens is Ayres House. So, and that's where you'll find all the ballrooms, the library, Henry's, and also more importantly the bar.
Now, Mr. Scott, I know for a fact, well, I believe it's a fact, it might be a nasty rumor, who knows, but I believe that out the front of the Ayres House area, there is getting built a massive bar. Is it true? Is it not?
Oh, it is 100% true. So,
Can you tell me about
um,
it?
okay, well, so look, for the past few years, we've actually been having a lawn party out on the front lawn at Ayres House every Friday and Saturday night of the Fringe. And we had bands in there, we had a bar, there was area for people to dance, and wine barrels around to, create that nice atmosphere. It was a free event. So this year, we thought we'll keep the bands, we'll keep the atmosphere, we'll keep the dance floors and all that sort of stuff. But why not? Why don't we erect a 3-story bar also just to the left of the house? And so it's -196, the beer and Japanese beer company, and like you have to see it. But from the outside, it literally looks like a vending machine. I don't know if you've seen pictures or what, but it's like first of its kind. It's amazing. So that's going to be open pretty much all through Fringe from Wednesday, and even on Sundays as well. We're not hosting any shows at Ayres House on Sunday, but the bar is still going to be open as well. So it's really exciting. I'm super excited about that.
That's going to be great. If I like it too much, I might end up moving in. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, me too.
What keeps you coming back to wrap up? What keeps you coming back to the Adelaide Fringe? Why do you personally like to be involved in it?
I mean, being the second biggest festival in the world, and I think it's itching closer to being the biggest festival in the world. It's just that whole atmosphere for me. You can just walk down the street and go see shows. Everything sort of comes alive, and it's just that whole festivity of entertainment and the best one of the good things for me as well, it is kind of like a bit of a catch up for a lot of people as well. So I'll go out, I'll be walking down the street, and my partner, like me and her, will be walking, and then probably every couple of steps we'll walk and stop because hey, how are you? Yeah, good. Oh, welcome back, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll go, and then I'll get a nudge on the arm. All right, we got to keep walking. All right, and then stop again. There's someone else. It just, it's that whole reunion, that family reunion of artists coming back and performing. And for me, it's just a really, really fun time. It's one of the highlights, many highlights that Adelaide has, and it's just amazing to be part of. So it brings a huge smile to my face, which you can definitely see. It's just, I wish it just went on for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. So, but hey. We can't do that because then it would be too much. But yeah, and then I may never be home. So,
right. Yeah,
and that's probably another thing. Yeah, and that's probably another thing too. Whenever I'm out at Fringe, like when Fringe is on, I'm never really home. So I'll spend my time obviously running the venue, but also catching up with some people as well. So yeah.
Well, Scotty, I adore you. I think you're an incredible magician. I love seeing your work, and I cannot wait to catch up with you this year. And I'm really looking forward to coming and checking out that bar. But before we go, I just need to make comment. This is obviously the cover of the Adelaide Fringe. Everyone looking at that background painting behind Scott, it's very, very familiar. I mean, it's not identical. It's not the same artist at all. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not. But how close, the color palette, the animals, it's all very similar, Scotty.
It is so uncanny. Like I did see the Fringe program the other day, and I was like, where have I seen something similar? And then obviously, walked home, opened up the front door, and
voila,
there you go.
It is
Magic.
Everyone, we've been speaking to the incredible Scott Stunz. He is a magician, quite the funny man as well. His show is going to be great. You're going to find both of Scott's shows in the Adelaide Fringe program, but of course, also all the programming for Ayres House as well. I'm sure, tell me if I'm correct or not, but they can get onto Ayres House information. Yeah, there we go. Their website there will have all of that content. Give us a shout out. What's Ayres House's website?
You can just Google Ayres House. You won't find any of the shows on there though. If you just pop over to the Fringe website, type in Ayres House in the search bar, it will give you a whole list of all the shows, even the gin flights as well, which is back. It's a gin tasting experience and happening every Friday and Saturday night as well. But yeah, if you just pop over to the Ayres House Adelaide Fringe website and type in Ayres House, all the shows will be on there. So you can pick and choose and buy all the tickets.
Onto it, everybody. It's going to be an amazing season. I am looking forward to all the fun in the world. Scott Stunz, thank you so much for chatting with me today. Happy 2024 Adelaide Fringe, and let's have some fun.
We'll see you out there.